Well, friends, just winding down the legislature up here. We're at the close of our second to last week. Next week it'll be fast and furious, and I can tell you that we've been handling a lot of bills this past week. Sitting on the Law Enforcement Criminal Justice Committee, we handled the death penalty repeal bill that was brought forth, and it was a very emotional night. The meeting ended up taking 4 hours, and I was one of those that voted against the repeal of the death penalty. I feel like it's something that we need to keep in place as a tool, and perhaps we need to review death penalty cases and look at ways to make it streamlined and smoother. But I was opposed to ending the death penalty because I felt like it was still a deterrent. So that was one of the emotional bills we handled. We've handled a bunch of bills on Utah Lake, surprisingly, and I just want to go on the record as saying I oppose commercialization of Utah Lake and building of commercial islands on the lake. I've been working with a couple of other representatives to build consensus and to get money on the budget for ongoing dollars to go to Utah Lake so that we can remediate that lake, make it cleaner, make it a place where you want to take your families. And I think we're going to win that battle and get some ongoing money to put toward the lake in a way that will make the lake better and cleaner, but not commercialize it, because that lake belongs to the citizens of the state of Utah. And I'd just simply like to see people using it more. Other bills, education bills. As you know, I'm an advocate for civics education. Been working very hard at the margins with the committees that fund those types of programs, and I'm confident that we will get some money to continue civics education for our students at the 7 through 12 level of school, which I think is critical to our future. And so those are some of the bills that have been kind of keeping me up at night and keeping me focused on what I think is important to you and serving you. Trying to find ways to streamline government, spend less money. That's important to me as well, because every dollar that I vote for is something that you as a taxpayer have to pay for. So I take that very seriously, fiscal responsibility. The good news is that Utah does a great job overall, and I'm proud of the way we balance our budget and don't spend money we don't have, and that's something that makes me proud to be a member of the legislature here in Utah. Personally, I've run 5 bills this session. All of those have gotten through the House of Representatives committees. They've received a House floor vote, a positive vote. They've gone to the Senate, and all but one are awaiting the governor's signature. And so again, those bills were focused on things like saving money, not spending money we don't need to spend. I found some software programs that the state doesn't need to be spending money on anymore, and the elimination of those programs. Thought of ways to help with our emergency response and find ways to do a better job, because in an emergency you want government to be there and provide the services that you need. My final bill that is at the Senate waiting a floor vote, it's been through all the committees, is a COVID vaccine amendments. That bill just tightens up what businesses can and can't do, and it gets everything in line with the Supreme Court ruling that happened several months ago. And I think most of you would be pleased with that. I work very hard with local businesses because my job has always been to try to keep businesses open and to keep regulations off the back of business, and at the same time making sure that people have individual freedom when it comes to their choice to have a vaccine or not to have a vaccine. And so that is House Bill 63, and I'm waiting to see that get through the Senate this next week and then hit the governor's desk, and then it'll be up to the governor as to whether he wants to sign that or not. So those are the bills that I've run. A couple of other things for veterans. We identified that we need a new veterans nursing home in the Salt Lake area. That one is had a terrible COVID outbreak, primarily because they share rooms. And so there was another bill to ensure that we can get federal matching 75% to pay for the construction of that nursing home. And that bill also went through. So those are the bills I've been primarily working on this session. I encourage you to come to me with ideas for bills in the future. I don't believe in frivolous bills, but if there's something that needs to be done to streamline government, I'm all for it. And I just want to thank all of you who have written to me, who have taken the survey, who have called me. You have no idea how much I appreciate that, because I don't know what you're thinking if you don't tell me so. And so some of you are regulars, and others were a little nervous to reach out, but I would just ask you, please feel free to do that. You know my phone number, and if you don't, I'll give it to you at the end of this. And just let me know what you're thinking. We want to make sure that you know that you're being heard. We don't always agree on everything, but the bottom line is I'll always listen, and if I can help, I will. So finally, my cell number, 801-372-5350. It's been a pleasure to serve you this session. We've worked hard. We've had some long nights, and I anticipate next week is going to be a long week. But we'll get it through. And the bottom line is I think you'll be happy with what we've accomplished up here and the fact that we haven't spent money we don't have. Thanks.